What we have here is a little battery analyzer of sorts. I'm not entirely sure how this thing works yet. If your battery is listed, no doubt it's going to work just fine. If your battery is not listed, I'm not sure what it's going to do. So you have a screen, nice color screen. I got to bring it in nice and close, otherwise the contrast won't let you see what's on there. This has the ability to download data to your computer. So primarily, you can either look at the waveform, which would simply be the voltage you're putting out. Now, of course, you could put this under a load, and you can start a car, for example, a motorcycle, whatever. Track what it does, see what the waveform looks like, how much does it dip when you apply a load to it. Then, of course, you can either select motorcycle or car. Now, the car batteries are easy. You know, I just use in-vehicle or out-of-vehicle. Then you tell it what kind, regular, flooded, AGM flat, AGM spiral, gel, or EFB. So, like, for example, if I were to test one of these, little gel cell for a lawn tractor or a motorcycle, we would simply connect this up to the battery. Now, the problem is, what is it? Well, I don't know what it is. Well, we're about to find out, and it does handle being connected backwards just fine. It didn't blow up on my face. I would call this a motorcycle battery, but when you go under motorcycle, you got to pick what it is. I have no idea what any of that means. Maybe a mechanic will know what that means, but as an end user, I have no idea what that means. Under car, it makes a little more sense. I simply tell it we're out of vehicle. And then I tell it it's an AGM flat plate. I go by, I don't know what all those rest of those mean, but I know what cold CCA means, cold cranking amps. And I happen to know these batteries are about 250 cold cranking amps. They're between 250 and 300. So I'm going to pick 250. And then it tells you whether or not the battery's okay. So it says the battery's at 97%. Give or take a little bit. It does have a little other data on there, but I'm not entirely sure what all of that means. Maybe somebody more knowledgeable than me will know what it means. I wish there was better instructions. There's no instructions. These mine didn't come with instructions. I'll have to check the listing and see if there's a downloadable manual. But I haven't found any instructions yet that, how do I get data out of this? I like the device. I like the design. It's handy. It's portable. It's compact. I do wish it came with a case. Even a little sack, even a little nylon sack would have been really nice, especially for car stuff. You tend to be greasy and grimy, and having a little sack to put it in, a little case to put it in would be really, really nice. I like the color screen. It's relatively simple to operate. I guess I need more knowledge on what I'm doing. It appears to have a lot of functions. I just don't know what those functions are. If you know what those functions are, it'll probably work a lot better for you. It has a print function. So, so you would upload a result or a waveform and then print it out. The problem is, without knowing why I'm picking certain options, I don't know what the test results mean. So again, that's not a fault of the device, that's a fault of my knowledge. Overall, the device seems to work fine. It's never faulted on me. It's always turned on whenever I plugged it into something. Don't disconnect it from the car because it does not have a power source of its own. If you disconnect, it turns off. So make sure you leave it connected until you get what you need out of it. It does have a mini A USB port on the bottom. It does come with a USB cable. You can plug it into a computer. I'll have to see if I can find instructions. I'm betting there was supposed to be instructions. At the minimum, they would tell you where to get the app and how to plug it into your computer. So I'm guessing my instructions are just missing. But overall, nicely designed. Nice big buttons. Nice soft rubber buttons. So they should handle it with gloves, no problem. Wintertime, no problem, etc. I actually have a failing battery in my truck. I keep a solar panel connected to it so it has enough to start up the car, keep it topped up. But I'm going to connect this to it and see what it says. I'm betting it's going to tell me to replace it. I got a new battery, I just haven't gotten around to replacing it. But yeah, not bad. I like the color screen. It tricks you. You think it's a touch, and you try to touch it, and then you realize, yeah, it's not a touch screen. And it really shouldn't be. Last thing you want is, grease, grime, ceramic, dirt, and metal shavings on your fingers being a mechanic, and then you go touching a screen. You're going to trash that screen pretty quickly. If you scrape up a button, that's no big deal. If you scrape up a screen, that could be a big deal. Pretty cool. Cheap price. I'm guessing if you have more knowledge about what you are doing and what those symbols and whatnot mean, that'll mean a lot more to you. I'm going to learn though, because I fix my own cars, so it makes sense for me to learn more about them and how to use these tools to save myself some money.